Thank you. But you know who doesn't agree? Hasan Piker.
First of all, I was just talking about this with Frank before we went live. I feel like my brain is full, full of internet people. Like I don't have the bandwidth to learn more lore or to like learn a new internet person. Do you guys ever feel that way? And I'm very much that way about
me.
Hasan.
I thought it was DSP. I kept on mixing the two of them together.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
so
I feel you. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't need to. But like sometimes, Chrissie, people will drag you into things or comment on something, and it's like you have to watch or you have to comment on it to see what they said, to reply to things. And so that was my situation with this. I was kind of like forced to. It's like, and I don't know when you want me to go into it, since we're just starting off. You want me to like pop off right away?
We can pop off into this subject. Yeah, for sure. Like, okay, what's the TLDR on who this person is?
Okay. Also, this music I feel like is the vibe with my hat. I feel like I'm in a Forever 21.
Is it good? Is it distracting? I don't know whether
I feel like we're at like a lounge right now.
It does feel like a lounge. It
feels
feels
like a classy drink.
like a girls' night where we banter and we don't chase dudes. So I like it.
It's a plastic cup. The bottom separates from the top. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to spill it.
What are you drinking?
Prosecco. I like it better than champagne. Not because I can't afford champagne, but because it is actually, I think, better.
Lighter bubble.
I agree. So here's the link to the thread I made on it. If you scroll down to the third post after you read the initial one, where I give the rundown of it, on the third post, I post the actual timestamp to the clip that everyone's talking about. And it actually did blow up, which I was surprised. It blew up on Reddit. And Reddit doesn't like me. And even they were actually siding with me, someone they don't like, over Hasan, because they were also calling him a hypocrite. So
1.2 million followers. Good God. Okay. So everyone knows who this person is but me, I guess.
Yeah, he's very known on Twitch because he's had a lot of controversies too. And he's a commie. I would say most people call him a commie, and he usually gets memed on for talking about how he hates capitalists, but then he lives in like a multi-million-dollar home.
And isn't that funny how that works out?
Yeah, and he makes a lot of money on Twitch. He streams like 8 hours a day. He gets like 20K to like 40K viewers per stream, and so he's making bank.
Hank's nephew. I have. Heard of. Okay.
Which you'll find to be interesting momentarily in this rundown I'm going to give you. So basically, Hasan, infamous communist Hasan, pulls up my documentary, which I didn't even know the second part was out. The documentary I was in by Louis Theroux. He made it on people that were involved with the right and things like that. Mm-hmm. So he interviewed people like Nick Fuentes, I believe. If I remember correctly, he interviewed, I think, also Baked Alaska. I'm not sure who he interviewed, but he interviewed people like that. And so I was one of the people he interviewed to get my perspective on things. And then Hasan found the clip and was watching it on stream. And he's watching Louis ask me about how did I feel about them saying Jews will not replace us? And I was like, oh, well, a lot of people were saying that we're just shit posting, but perhaps some of them were not. I don't know. I know that some people I know were joking with that, and it was kind of a meme. But anyway, this all happened years and years ago. I think it was 5 years ago at this point. And this interview and this documentary that I'm in by Louis Theroux is from over a year ago. I was still in New York during this interview. Wow. So that's how long ago it was. I barely even remember what I said. So I was really surprised to see that I didn't even know they were going to release that part. And then to see Hasan reacting to it. So then people were linking me up, and he stops in the middle of his stream while his chat starts typing. I guess a couple people typed that I was hot. And then he goes and...
Wait, you are.
And so...
That was me.
No, but apparently not. You're not allowed to have that opinion, guys. Because he pulls up Paint, MS Paint, and starts drawing a picture of me with my eyes very far apart to try to demonstrate that I'm ugly or unattractive.
He did bad. He gave you this really square jaw and chin when you have that
this
heart
does not look
shape.
Anything like you, Venti.
It does
not at all. Oh my goodness.
So he was basically getting mad at his chat for calling me attractive while he's watching this part of the documentary that I'm in. And he goes off about this. And what's hypocritical about it, I know you guys are like, oh, what's wrong with that? You know, everyone gets criticized on the internet, of course, right? But the thing is, first off, usually people don't really like when you attack people's appearances when it's over politics. They say attack their ideas, not their looks, right? So then the part 2 of that is he claims to be like a feminist. Okay, keep that in mind, okay? So he will get upset, for example, the time when Pokimane was getting attacked for her looks, I'm pretty sure he wasn't happy about it. I recall him making statements on that. Yeah. And so it's not okay when you insult the women on his side, right? But if he does it, if you're not the right kind of woman, okay, which is ironic because they hate pick-me's so much, right?
Yes.
He called Melonie a pick-me, right?
And you know what? Male feminists are the epitome of an actual pick-me. There is no more of a pick-me than a male feminist.
Yeah, the whole point is for them to pander to women. Yeah, they are pick-me's. Yeah, very true. And so basically, this clip went viral on Reddit, and they were siding with me over Hasan, and they would be like, "Oh yeah, like Brittany's a pick-me, I don't like her." But Hasan's hypocritical for this. And I guess a lot of people who are Destiny fans as well were commenting on it because they don't like Hasan either. There's like some sort of beef between them. Because they had this like the whole debate about like when it's okay to say the N-word, can you say it in your head type of argument. Like,
oh my God.
In your private.
Can you have an intrusive thought? No intrusive
say
thoughts
anything
allowed.
in your head.
Wow.
I'm just the worst leftist ever. Like, I could act better than that. I feel like I could do the script if I needed to. I could do it tomorrow. I just need a purple wig.
Wow.
It's so funny. But yeah, so basically in this tweet here, I'm posting the screenshot that he drew of my face because he got mad at his chat calling me attractive. And then I also posted screenshots from a Vice article that went into depth about how he said he went to a brothel in a foreign country to fuck prostitutes. Except the only thing is, guys, these prostitutes, this brothel went under investigation for trafficking. So for all we know, he could have likely fucked a child prostitute, and he's like such a feminist though, right? And he's bragging about it. He's not sorry.
Yikes.
And not only that, but also there is a tweet that I found from a while back. I'll go ahead and link it to you, Chrissie. I haven't looked too much into this, but there are screenshots. And basically they're claiming that Hasan, when he was in his bro phase, when he was giving guys advice on how to get laid, if you guys recall that came out. Yeah. He was like the Andrew Tate back then. Like, and it got dug up, and Quartering made a whole piece on it, like a video about like, hey, Hasan got caught doing that, giving like the bro advice on how to get laid. And it's like, this guy's giving you advice on how to get laid back then, but it's like, meanwhile, the whole time he's fucking like potentially child prostitutes, like little girls. It's like, this the guy giving you advice on how to get laid. And
so this is People Over Property, Communist E-Girl. It's a no from me. One is titled First Time Seeing Tits, and the other is After He Blames a Vengeful Ex for the Frat Getting in Trouble for Drugs. It's titled Probably the Ex-Girlfriend Who Leaked It. There is no sympathy or empathy for the girls. He doesn't even condemn it. And this is regarding the I guess like whatever the brothel he went to.
No, this is regarding his bro days when he would like do the Andrew Tate thing. Look at this. What I just linked, the Twitter link that I just linked is the original thread where she has the thingy.
The thing.
It's all censored though.
Oh, yeah. Can I show this? Well, it's censored out.
Yeah. It's censored. But he basically wrote something. She claims that he wrote something about like a girl's nudes, and he was just like posting them. And then if you zoom into the comments, and I in the Imgur link above that, I showed you it zoomed in. There's people commenting about how this girl was 17.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he's like, bro, look at these nudes according to this girl's. That these are the receipts that she provided for the situation. So this guy has like a repeat behavior of like very sus predator behavior. I mean, guys, he went to a brothel where they're being investigated for child trafficking. Like, I don't know how much more blatant it could be, but
and when was all this?
That the bro thing of like the Andrew Tate red pill how to get laid type of thing, that was I think about like 10 years ago, like when he was writing those articles and stuff. But the thing about him drawing me was like 2 days ago or a day ago, and what's interesting also about him insulting my appearance, even though he's pro-feminist and you're not allowed to criticize women on his side or call them ugly, right?
Right.
That's off the table. What's interesting is I was looking back, and there's a moment in where he responds to Leafy, who's a banned YouTuber. He's like the biggest channel that's ever been banned on YouTube. And Leafy had made a video on Pokimane, right? And Hasan didn't like that. So he goes and talks about how Leafy is just mad that people are calling Pokimane attractive. And it's literally, Hasan's doing the same thing here, where he's like getting mad for people calling me attractive. And this isn't the first time, by the way. There was a prior incident where he had talked to a guy, okay, who had gone to my friend and said, I will give you a good word, basically offering her a job if she would get him a date with me. She was
interesting how this comes full circle. Interesting.
One's friend, by the way, they had a stream, and he pulled him in, and he goes to the guy who tried to bribe my friend to try to get my pants. And I provided the receipts on this. I made a whole video on it. And he goes to Slasher, and he's like, the guy bribed, and he's like, listen, but how can you find Brittany Venti attractive? This is a more than one occasion type of thing. He has a problem with people finding me attractive, but like he'll go on to other people. Oh, well, you must have a problem with people finding them attractive type of thing. Hi, Ari. Just to before you move on really quickly, I made this tweet with some of the receipts too. This is a man who kisses other men and wears dresses. I provided it in that tweet if you want to see it. Okay. And he's upset that people find me attractive. I think we know why. It's because he's kissing men and wearing dresses.
John is obsessed with telling people I'm not attractive because he kisses men, wears dresses, and fucks potentially underage toots at brothels in foreign countries that are under investigation for trafficking.
Oh my God.
Hasan Piker said he went to a brothel, igniting the sex work debate. What is that? Okay.
But so the top two are videos. The top two are the videos. Yeah. You can post videos on there too.
Oh, that is a dude.
Hey.
All right. You know what? Love is love.
I think one day it's possible. Like if we're just patient enough, surely there should be like a Hunter Biden.
I mean? It's not like I do it every day. Every now and then I do it, but like.
Oh my God!
No. Like, I'm not afraid.
No,
I look
you should be afraid.
You know what I mean? It's not like I do it every day. Every now and then
I'm just gonna say he does not look good in dresses.
No,
he's delusional.
No.
Oh my gosh, he's not pulling it off.
Oh my God,
creepers. That is no bueno. And I know. Let's see. There was a video that I had ready to go where he actually attacks Aly here. Oh, this is from Rolando Ramirez. He was jealous that they didn't find him attractive instead.
Yeah, so he doesn't like half the women here, basically. He's talking about Melonie being a pick-me. He gets mad when people call me attractive. And then, he had his thing on Aly, getting mad about her position on being a stay-at-home.
He's besties with Taylor Lorenz, too.
Oh, that's a red flag.
That's the cherry on top.
I guess this is from his YouTube channel. What is Trad Wife TikTok? And I think I have it queued up at the point where he mentions Aly here.
Mm-hmm. Like that's a perfect vector for their anger. You know what I mean? Especially women that don't want to fuck them, right? But like, how are you a whole ass woman and also blaming like feminism instead of capitalism? Like you should get it at least
Queen
to
Elizabeth
a certain
behind
degree.
him.
Please show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now tell me what you do for a living.
Oh God.
I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay.
Bro, we are so brain broken, dude. What the fuck? She's like, I built my resume in the housewife sector.
But I did.
Why would that?
I learned how to cook and clean.
He's clearly not looking for a woman like you. So why even be upset that like people are going for what they want?
That makes no sense.
Imagine being Hasan's housewife. He'd be like pushing you to work a full-time job, and you'd be staring at him like, you got a whole $1 million. Why do I have to work? Oh,
and then he'll fly to a brothel.
Right.
I
I
mean,
feel like he wants to be a wife. He just wants to be taken care
it does
of.
seem that way.
Yeah,
It's
he
like there's
could be
no
Mr.
there's no whites like when you're
It's-
doing his laundry. There's no like whites and colors. Everything's just tie dye, which makes things easier.
Yeah. Here's the thing about male feminist types in general is usually they're jealous and secretly want to be us. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, I
It's-
think
they
that's
want
why
to
a
be
lot
like
of
these
these
men
It's
end
a
up,
very
you know,
catty, very
transing
feminine,
over.
gossipy. It's
Oh, yeah.
just, yeah, it's one of those things.
Well, the fact that
a
he's
lot of-
hating on. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, a lot of guys secretly low-key hate on the housewife thing because I thought, like, working in the manosphere, it wouldn't be a thing, but a lot of those guys truly are envious because they're not gonna be able to kind of get or acquire that because you have to be able to afford one. That's number one. But number two, it's just like, it's that green-eyed lizard situation. And I'm like, oh, Hasan, you can afford a housewife though if you wanted one. Like, you're cucking yourself here. I don't know.
Let's see what else he says about Aly.
Brain broken by capitalism. that,
Brain
like even when
broken.
she's describing like what is other
So it's like he's just upset that you're happy, and he's upset that you found a guy like that. You're both happy. Like, what is it anyone else's business if both people involved
Right.
are fulfilled and happy with the arrangement?
Well, he didn't like my capitalist framework for it, and it wasn't on purpose. It's just like modern women don't want to hear, about, well, hey, it's about cuddling at night and laying on his chest and he smells good. They want to hear, okay, am I going to be taken care of? How? Like, what is this guy going to bring to the table for me? And it's like, well, here you go.
And you for him,
Yeah, that part
and
as
then
well.
people lament, oh well, I just want to have like you'll hear guys like him like, oh, they don't want to spend money on escorts. Oh, they want someone, they'll explain like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have somebody like cook, clean, maybe raise my kids? It's like what you're describing exists already and was kind of the norm for decades. I'm sure he doesn't want that. I mean, I don't even know what this guy wants other than tie-dyed shirts.
Independent woman, millionaire
dresses.
independent woman.
I could tell you what he
Yeah,
doesn't
I
want.
suppose
He
it
doesn't
is
want
like
to
I-
fight Sam Hyde. He runs
Who's
anytime.
Sam Hyde? I
Sam
keep hearing his name.
He's like a YouTuber comedian. He's very like I guess people find him very offensive. He's very edgy. He has like a lot of history online. A lot of people are like super fans of him. A lot of like internet culture was influenced by his style of humor. He did the famous TED Talk about like he trolled TED Talk, and he did one about like, we're just gonna kill him, and like that was like a famous line. And he went on about how there's going to be state mandated homosexuality on this TED Talk, by the way, and they don't realize he's trolling them. And he actually got away with it. And he's also always shown as like the shooter for things. They're like, oh, famous shooter Sam Hyde, but like they just troll by using his photo and claiming he's the latest shooter of whatever shooting happened.
Dan Hillen, thanks for the £5. What is that? €1? Hasan's picture wasn't of Brittany. He was just foreshadowing what he's gonna look like when Sam Hyde gets his hands on him. Yay!
Fix my
Luis
computer.
Cuervas for 10. Piker is someone's gone.
She said she'll be back.
Bye.
Okay. Piker is just a better woman than Venti. Admit it. Oh my god.
I don't know what these today 2022 standards he might be.
Wowie. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with all these internet people. But yeah, he's what Jesse Lee Peterson would call a beta.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was on
Beta.
G4. Oh, there was a couple
Oh.
of sus or disgraced public figures on G4. I find that interesting. Wow. I do know about G4. Rest in peace, G4.
Do you think Hasan Piker, like the entire vibe, everything that we've covered, you guys think that's toxic masculinity or toxic femininity?
Toxic femininity, because he's
Femininity.
constantly doing things off of emotion, and he's constantly going from these manipulative, like indirect things that like require some level of emotional intellect. So it seems very feminine to me. Not that men can't be emotionally intelligent, but it seems like a very like sneaky,
It's
thought
catty.
through, conniving.
Everything he's done is
Yeah.
what a woman would do
Right.
if we were in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.